Hello everyone, I continue on the lesson. This is video number 4. Um, I'm going to talk about solving equations, and I want to tell you solving equations is a very important topic for your program, and for any time you are working in science, you need to be good in solving equations. And if you know what to do, it can be. If you don't know what to do, it's just can be very hard. But if you know it, and if you know the basics of it, if you know what you really need to do, you can do any question, you can solve any equation. Okay, so there are not written rules that I can say step 1, step 2, step 3. So you have to do differently. You have to have different approach for different questions. But I have good news for you that when you have just an equation and you want to solve it for example, for one variable, the goal and the purpose of the solving is to isolate. So we want to isolate that variable. So if I say I give you one equation and the equation has x and number and I want you to solve it for x, I want you to isolate x, means I want to see x alone one side. And if I tell you I want you to, for example, I give you one equation with x and y and z, and for example other numbers, and I want you to, for example, solve it for again x. Again, I want you to isolate for x, and I want to see x one side and everything else the other side. Isolation means that that variable that you want to solve for must be just one side and everything else the other side. So I shouldn't see x one side and the other side also x. No, it doesn't mean that. This doesn't mean isolation. Okay, so the main purpose is just isolate that variable. When I say for example I have this equation, means this math expression is here, this math expression is here, they are both equal, and I want you to solve for x. I want to see what is x, so I want to see x equal something. I want to see x equal a number or x equal other variables, but I don't want to see x both sides. That's the main thing that you really have to know. Okay, so that's the main thing that we need to know, that I want to isolate for that variable which I'm going to solve. But different approaches for different questions. For example, maybe for one question you don't need to simplify each side. Maybe you can start to do isolation, means all x one side, everything else the other side. You can do it right away. Maybe for some questions you have to simplify one side, or you have to simplify both sides based on BEDMAS, and then you continue to isolate. Maybe you have fraction and you have to do something to remove that denominator which is bothering you. Okay, so I am going to just show you on examples, and so I'm going to talk about all the approaches that you need to do. Okay, so look at this question 28. I want to solve it for x. First of all, if I see, for example, if I give you 3x plus 5 alone, so you don't see any equal, and I say solve it for x, this doesn't make any sense. When I have a math expression, it doesn't mean it doesn't make any sense that I say solve it for x. What do I mean here? I need to give you an equation and then I ask you to solve it for x. So if you see there is no equation, you are not allowed to put equal 0 and try to solve it. Okay, I will show you in future. Okay, so when you see an equation, means you have one expression one side, one math expression the other side, and then I want you to solve it. I want you to solve for x. Okay, so you have to first look at each side and see if you can isolate x. Okay, so here, yes, I have this one and I have this one, that's fine, but here I cannot isolate x because x is inside bracket. Okay, so what should I do? You have to simplify each side. So if one side is simplified and the other one is not, you have to simplify it. How do you simplify? You follow BEDMAS. Okay, so this equal 4x minus 2. Okay, because 2x was inside the bracket, how can I bring it out? So I have to multiply 2 inside, means I have to distribute or I have to simplify each side, or I have to say I follow BEDMAS. Okay, now when I do this, I isolate. What do I mean by isolate? Okay, read here. Move all terms containing the variable to one side and other terms that they don't have the variable to the other side. Okay, so I move. What do I do when I move? What does this mean when I say I move? Okay, so what's the meaning of that? Okay, so let's say um still I don't know what to do. Okay, so still I don't know what to do, and what does this mean when I say okay, so I want to move? So I would say okay, I just want to remove 4x from right side. Okay, so I do this. 3x plus 5 minus 4x equal 4x minus 2 minus 4x. What does this mean? Okay, I want to remove 4x from right side. Okay, so I add minus 4x to both sides. And remember, if I add to both sides, if I subtract from both sides, if I multiply both sides, if I divide both sides, I didn't change my question. Okay, I didn't change my equation. I didn't do anything wrong. It is mathematically logically correct when I subtract both sides, when I multiply both sides, when I divide both sides, when I add to both sides. Okay, so I do this. Okay, so then what happened? This and this, they cancel each other, and then I have this and this together. This is alone, so it is minus x plus 5 equal minus 2. Okay, so I want to cancel, sorry, I want to remove 5 from left side. So what should I do? Okay, so I do this. Minus x plus 5 minus 5 equal minus 2 minus 5. Okay, so what happened? Okay, this and this cancel each other, and then I do have minus x equal minus 7, right? Okay, so I have minus x equal minus 7. That's perfect. So I have all x one side, so just one x one side, and I have numbers the other side. Yes, perfect. That's good. I want to reach to something like that. I want to reach to something like this. Okay, ax equal b. When I reach to this, then I divide both sides with the number which is beside x and the number which is bothering me. Okay, because I want to see x alone. When I say solve it for x, I want to see x equal blah blah. I don't want to see anything beside x. So I divide both sides with a. So it is ax over a equal b over a. So what happened? A and a cancel. X is b over a. Okay, so what happened here? This is minus x over minus 1 equal minus 7 over minus 1, and then x is 7. Perfect. Okay? So, as I said, when I say solving equations, first of all, I have to see equation. If I see a math expression, I do not make it equation. I have to see equal sign. Okay, so perfect. When I say solve for x, means I want to see x equal a number. So, means I want to isolate x. How do I isolate x? So, I just look at my equation. If I can simplify each side, I do it. If not, I'm done with simplification, I continue. Okay, so look at here. I have 4x here, and I want to remove it from here and add it to the other side. So what should I do? Here I add minus 4x. I add minus 4x to both sides. Okay, so this is removed from here and just is added to the other side, but with negative sign. Okay. How about 5? Okay, so then I see 5 here. Okay, so 5 is here. I want to remove it from here. So I add minus 5 to both sides, and then it goes to the other side. Okay, so can I say when I have 3x plus 5 equal 4x minus 2. Okay? I move whatever has x one side, whatever doesn't have x to the other side. When I move, I change the sign. Look at here. Look at this. When you move this, it's moving to the other side and it is negative. How about 5? 5 is moving to the other side and it's negative. Okay? So instead of plus, I do negative when I move it. Okay, so instead of these steps that I say, I add minus of this to both sides, I add minus of this to both sides. This will be very just too busy, too crowded, and it is very likely I make mistake. Okay, so I recommend do this. Whatever has x, move it to the other side, to one side, move it to one side, and whatever doesn't have, to the other side. If you move, change the sign. If you don't move, don't touch it. Okay, so it is this. Look at this one. Look at here. Okay, I started from here, I simplify using BEDMAS, and I go to here. Okay, here right now what I have done is I'm showing you what's going on. I'm showing you, okay, I want to remove 4x from right side, so I add minus 4x to both sides because I want to remove it from right side. I want to remove 5 from left side, so I add minus 5 to both sides. And when I do to both sides, I didn't change my question. Remember, just to both sides, not just one. Okay, now I can say, okay, now I can say move all x one side, all numbers to the other side. If you do not move, don't touch it, but if you move, change the sign. Okay, this one I don't move. This one I'm moving, so I change it to negative. Equal. This one I don't move. This one I am moving it, so I change it to negative from positive. If it was positive, I change it to negative. If negative, I change it to positive. Okay, so now what happened? I have 3x and minus 4x. They are like each other. Perfect. This is what I want. So it's minus x equal minus 7. Now that you reach to this guy, divide both sides with the number beside x, because the number beside x is bothering you. You don't want to see that. You want to see x alone. So divide both sides with minus 1. Okay, so you divide both sides with minus 1. Okay, so it is minus x over minus 1 equal minus 7 over minus 1. X is 7. Okay, even I can make it easier. I can say when I have this, x is right side divided by the number which is bothering me and it's beside x. Okay, so I can remove this from here because I did it there. I can say okay, so x is minus 7, which is b, over minus 1, which is a. Okay, so it's just 7. Done. So even I don't need to say I divide both sides. I can just make it easier for myself. Okay, so I repeat, solving equation means you have equation, you see equal sign, you see two math expression, and you want to solve for one variable. Solve for one variable means isolate. So you have to see that variable alone, and the other side either number or either other variables. Either number or other variables. Okay. So first, if I can simplify each side, if I have to distribute, if I have to use BEDMAS, I do it. Then whatever has x one side, whatever doesn't have the other side. If I move, I change the sign. If I don't move, I don't change the sign. And then when I reach to ax equal b, I say x equal a b over a. right side divided by the number beside x. Okay? How about here? This question, 29. Okay, this question. You have fraction. I know you can deal with 5, you can deal with 4 over 5. I know you can, but I don't want to. I don't want you to deal with denominators and fractions. So what do you have to do then? Okay, so multiple both sides with least common, multiple both sides. Remember I say both sides. Otherwise, I'm changing the question. Multiple both sides with least common denominator of 5 and 1. Why 1? What's the reason I do 1? Because I have 1 here. Yes. Okay, so I multiple both sides with 5 then. Oh, okay, so 4x over 5 equal 2x minus 4. And as long as I multiple both sides, I'm fine. I add both sides, I'm fine. I subtract on both sides, I'm fine. Divide both sides, I'm fine. Okay, so it's mathematically logically correct. So I multiple both sides with 5. Okay, what happened? One side is 4x because 5 and 5 cancel each other. Okay, I better show step by step. So this, oops, this equal 2x minus 4 times 5. Okay, okay. Can I cancel 5 and 5? Yes. Okay, so it is 4x equal 10x minus 20. Why? I multiple with 5 because I have to bring x out. X is inside the bracket, so I have to distribute. I have to do BEDMAS. I have to simplify each side. Okay, I am done. Now I move whatever has x one side, whatever doesn't have the other side. If I don't move, I don't touch. If I move, I change the sign. Okay, so it's 4x minus 10x equal minus 20. Okay, so it is minus 6x equal minus 20. Now I divide minus 20 divided by minus 6, which is 20 over 6, which is 10 over 3. So I want to solve an equation. Equation is two math expression. So I simplify each side if I have to. If I have fraction, I multiply both sides with least common denominator. Because I want to make it easier for myself. I want to remove fractions. After that, whatever has x, one side, whatever doesn't have the other side. If I don't move, I don't touch it. If I move, I change the sign. Positive, negative, negative to positive. Then I simplify again. I reach to this part. I reach to this part. When I reach to this part, I say x is b over a. B is right side, a is beside x, which is bothering me and I don't want to see it because I want to say x equal what number, not ax. And then I am done. How about here? Oh, here. Yes, I know. I have to simplify first here. I don't have any choice because x is inside bracket. Oh, okay. So how? The same, the same. Whatever rules I had, I have to use them. Okay, so x squared plus, okay, minus 3x plus 15x minus 45 minus x squared plus 6x minus 9. Remember what I'm doing. This multiple that, this multiple that, this multiple that, this multiple that, minus multiple this, minus multiple this, minus multiple this, means you have to change each sign inside the bracket. Because sometimes I see a student say, okay, minus x squared, they forget that they have to change sign of minus 6x and 9 as well. Okay, so how about the other side? The other side, 30 minus 15x plus 15. Remember, when you are solving equations, you really need to, you have two eyes, you have to borrow more eyes because you have to pay attention. Simplification of each side. You have to follow all the rules. Multiplication, division. If you multiply with negative, you have to change all the signs. Pay attention to these. Then simplify each side. So this one and this one, they cancel each other. This one and this one and this one are together, which is and this one and this one together. Here this and this and this. Okay, so minus 3, 15 is 12. Okay, 18x minus 54. Yeah, when I am just done, I cross them, otherwise I forget, maybe I miss one of them. Even me, if I don't cross them, if I don't group them, if I don't use signs under them, I miss them, I make mistake. So here is 45 minus 15x. Oh, perfect. So simplification of each side, BEDMAS for each side is essential. Then when you reach to this part, you can say, okay, I keep 18x, but I move 15x, so I change the sign from minus to positive. I keep 45, but I move 54, so I change the sign to positive. And then I continue. It is 33x, because they are like each other, equal 99, and then it is x equal 99 divided by 33, which is b over a. That's 3 is the answer. How can I make sure I didn't make any mistake? How can I make sure? Okay. In order to check, so I write in green, so check. And for check, I say, okay, go here. Okay. You put left side, you put 3 inside. Okay, you substitute 3 for x in left side. Okay, what's wrong with my pen? This is crazy. Okay, so 0, so it's 0 because it's 3, so it's 18 multiple 0 because it's 3 minus 3, so minus 9 minus 18 plus 9, okay, equal 30 minus 15 multiple 3 minus 1. Oh no, I just find left side. Okay, left side, just left side, because I don't want to confuse you. Left side. Okay, so it's 18, so it is 0 minus 0. Okay, that's 0. How about right side? Right side is 30 minus 15 multiple 3 minus 1, which is 30 minus 15 multiple 2, which is 30 minus 30, which is 0. Okay, I see left side equal right side because both of them are 0. Okay, so I didn't make any mistake. But if you substitute and you see left side is not equal right side, left side doesn't equal right side, you made a mistake. Make sure to check your work. Okay, how about next question? Okay, next question. I have fractions. Okay, so I need to be careful with OneNote because sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, so here, what is this common denominator? Okay, least common denominator between 3 and 2 and 5. Okay, so it's 3 multiple 2 multiple 5, which is 30. Okay, so I have 2x over this plus x over 2 equal 4 over 5. See, the only thing I can say, I can tell you that it's your step is isolation. You have to isolate, but you have to do different approach for different questions. Here I see fractions, so I multiply with this common denominator. Here I don't see fractions, so I have to simplify each side. I have to use multiplication of brackets, I have to do BEDMAS, and I have to simplify each side. Here I see fraction, and here I don't see fraction. So it depends on the question. Okay, maybe you have to simplify just one side, maybe both sides. Okay, so here you multiply with 30. Remember, you multiply 30 with both sides. You multiply 30 with all terms. Okay, so it is 30 divided by 3, it's 10. So it's 20x. Okay, plus 30 divided. So maybe I do it step by step here. Okay, so it is 2x over 3 multiple 30 plus x over 2 multiple 30 equal 4 over 5 multiple 30. Remember, multiple 30 just with top, not top and bottom. This is mistake I see sometimes. Okay, so this and this, it is 20x plus this and this, you see 15x. This and this, you see 24. Okay, so what is the answer? Step by step. Okay, step by step. Oh, easy. I have 35x because I have just one x, and I have 24. Okay, so what is the answer? Remember, ax equal b. X is b over a, right? So x is 24 over 35. Okay, done. How about the next question? Okay, so let me see what's going on. Sometimes, yeah, it's the problem by OneNote. So, yeah. Okay, here. How about here? Okay, here. Oh, here I have A, I have B. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I can have many more letters and variables and many more things. Doesn't matter. I have to do the same thing. If you know what to do, then you can do any question. Remember, you want to isolate X. You want to see just X. So, what do you do? Okay, I have to, here I have a fraction. I have to multiply both sides with. Okay, so I have x multiple a plus 3 divided by 2 equal 2b minus 1. And I know my handwriting is awful, I know. Okay, so you do that. Okay, you multiply both sides with 2 because that's least common denominator between 2 and 1. Why 1? Because I see 1 here. Okay, so yes, multiply with 2. Then it is x times a plus 3 equal 4b minus 1. Okay, I can multiply x with a and x with 3 because I said, okay, you have to follow BEDMAS. But what do I want to do? I want to solve for x. When I want to solve for x, I don't need to bother to multiply with the bracket because I can say ax equal b. So here b is the same as this, and here a is the same as this, everything. Okay, so x is 4b minus 1 over a plus 3. Okay, everything. Can I cancel? No, 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 no. You cannot cancel because you have just addition, subtraction between them. The only time you can cancel is if you have x equal a times b times, for example, times C minus D divided by, for example, B, and multiple E minus F. The only time is just this. If I see multiplication between them, then I say, okay, yes, I can cancel this and this, but not in this case. Of course, in this case, you don't see anything to simplify, but I'm just telling you about simplification. Okay, but not here. So how about next? Okay, how about this one? How about this question? Okay, so I think when I was teaching you review 8, I talked about this. If you have x squared equal 9, then you say, okay, x is plus minus 3. Okay, so here or wherever and whenever you see something squared equal a positive number, you have two answers. Remember, x squared equal a positive number. Positive number. X has two answers, which is radical, this guy. Okay? Okay, so it's radical 9, which is 3. Okay, so it is, therefore, x plus 1 is plus minus 3. Okay, so I have 2. X plus 1 is this, or x plus 1 is this. What is the answer? Here x is 3 minus 1, so I move it, I change the sign. Here x is minus 3 minus 1. So here is 2, here is minus 4. Okay, let's check your answer. Okay, so 2 plus 1 squared is 3 squared, which is 9, minus 4 plus 1 squared is minus 3 squared, which is 9. Perfect, both of them are answer. Yes, I checked. Okay, so my answer is this and this. X is that. And here the answer is this. And here the answer is this. And here the answer is this one. And here the answer is this one. And here the answer is this one. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so now I stop here and I continue in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye. So I can write here. Also, that's I think I'm done by, yeah, oops. Yeah, this is 4.